Greetings, I'm Chevalier, and I'll be welcome to a situation and guide of Crimea. Crimea is not a sponsor of the horse, but low tier horde basically, considering their overall development and troops. But at the same time, they have the most westward position, and then they have a decent relationship with the Ottomans, which will allow them to get an alliance. They also have some events that are with the Ottomans combined basically for a march there. Quite annoying though. I don't know what is the status with the AI. If it happens, if you are the AI, but it gets triggered on the death of this guy, on the death of my current leader. I'll talk about this in the events tab. Now let's go into the cash tab first, because cash is the most important. As you can see here, you have 1/4. If we go this and this, you're barely making any cash. I don't recommend getting any any advisors. You are just dead at this point in time. Like you're not gonna be able to get anything with this small amount of cash. If you kill a fleet as well, you're not gonna get anything. So do not get any advisors. You're gonna be strapped for cash for most of your campaign. Also, let's go into trade. You are pushing from Astrakhan here. Just collect from Constantinople as well, so you can get a little bit more cash there. That's pretty much it. You cannot do anything more here, unfortunately. Let's go to the states. On the tribes here, just raise the host. Then you're gonna recruit the minister as well. That is gonna get you to 70, which is quite nice. You're gonna get a manpower recovery speed as well. Then do this. The support tribes are then going to be warriors when you have low manpower, or when you basically want to reinforce. Just try to use this in combinations so you can get the manpower for the loyalty there as well. Alright, this is all on the states. You only have the tribes. Let's go into court. You have a 344, quite decent, though he's 47 years old. Your heir should be made into a general and killed as soon as possible if you're lucky enough. Unfortunately, it might not happen. Here I recommend going for the admin focus so you can get your first idea as soon as possible. Here, do not think anything. If you want to risk it and you want to get something, just go for a military advisor so you can get the discipline here bonus or the manpower bonus, whatever floats your boat. You'll be at war most of the time simply because you're a horde and you want to attack, so try to keep that in mind and have one advisor if possible. And I'll say this again, if possible, so you have one advisor ready. Other than this, your government's a Khanate. You can actually switch later on. With your former government, you're going to switch to a Muslim tech group, but you need to have admin and have feudalism. Quite annoying. So that's not going to count. For diplomacy there, but also have to be noted that you're a Khanate and you have manpower plus 20, then force plus 20, and looting speed plus 50, and you don't pay any reinforcements on your troops if I'm not mistaken. So this has to be checked. No, you don't pay any reinforcements. Last time I played the horde. On diplomacy here, your first ally should be the Ottomans. Your next ally should be the Muscovy. This is simply done because you have cores on Lithuania and you want to attack Poland and Lithuania as soon as possible. So this should be done whenever you can pull it off, basically. So so that you can attack Lithuania, you need the Ottoman help as well as need the Muscovite help. The Ottomans are going to join you with no favors because they want those regions. Same goes for Lithuania. So you just need to get an alliance and you're going to be golden. Though you'll have to build up your force limit and build up your development for this to happen. For your rivals here, Golden Horde and every small guy that you can. So Circassia, for example, one of them. Georgia as well, followed by the Golden Horde. Pretty standard. We'll talk about avenues of attack later on. You have a free CB, so keep that in mind as well. Let's go to the ideas tab. Oh, the tech tab, of course. You have the social penalty because you have not embraced feudalism. As you can see here, you're basically getting 0.9 per month. If you take this, for example, Teodoro, and they have embraced feudalism, you're going to be able to get the required amount of you're going to have a province that have feudalism, then you can embrace it. That's going to be quite fast, so you're going to be fine there. You're going to be feudalism by the time you actually want to pass your first deck. Other than this, just try to use the modifiers as much as possible. Remember, you can raise provinces, which will allow you to gain more points, so you can actually advance quite fast in techs. Even more so, I would say that you're gonna gain tech faster than the rest, and you're gonna be able to build the development if you want to build some really big nations that have a huge amount of development. It's up to you if you want to do this. Whatever floats your boat. I already talked about this. Just if you feel like it, you can just take a zone, then just try to build it up with a horde. Like build a mega zone, basically a mega region that is your own region that you can actually build up the development there, so you can have a base of operations. I would like to call it. But yeah, for admin, just boost up the tech to 5 so you can actually get the first idea. Try to use the modifier if at all possible. For the diplo tech, just wait so you can actually get the first ideas really fast. For the military tech, just boost it when you want to go to war. When you feel threatened, try to use the modifiers if at all possible. 4 ideas here. You have the horde ideas, you have the aggressive expansion impact -10%, use of separatism -5%, well -5. Excellent as well. I'll say this as well, they're quite excellent. You're gonna be able to attack relentlessly, basically, like quite a lot. For here you have land attrition, which is quite crap. You have the cav compatibility, quite nice. You have the land maintenance modifier, decent, especially if you want to build full cav, which is gonna really hurt your economy. You have the land shock leader, which is quite nice. You have the core creation cost -75%, excellent as well. You have the manpower, excellent, and again the modifier for manpower, which is excellent as well. And at max you have the stability cost modifier. Overall, I would say quite decent, with only the stab cost modifier, the attrition, and that's it. Those things are quite crap. For the ideas that you should take, the national ideas, basically standard land conquest, influence, followed by admin, followed by I would say religious, humanist, or military idea. Whatever floats your boat. Remember that if you actually switch from being a horde to what's it called, to another type of government, you're gonna lose your free CB, and you're not gonna need a free CB from those vault. At the same time, if you don't want to use religious ideas and you want to use claims, you might want to get humanist. They're another military idea. Whatever floats your boat. So influence, admin, followed by the humanist, religious, then a military idea. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Although as a horde, if you want to stop integrating vessels and just use the modifier for -25%, just go for humanist. They're really gonna serve you even more with the stacking of separatism at -15 years, which is gonna leave you 10 years of separatism, which is quite low and quite excellent, as well as having excellent unrest, and basically you have like -5, tolerance of heathens, tolerance of the heretics, as well as national unrest -2%. So basically -5 unrest in provinces that do not have your religion. And this is all on ideas. There's pretty much nothing more to say. You can also go for economic ideas later on if you really want to build up your lands, and perhaps you want to go for influence, admin, economic, and use the modifier here. The alone cost -20% to build up your lands. If you want to do something of that sort, or you want to go for trade, although trade is not that important here, because as you can see here, you're not gonna push that much trade in. I mean, if you go all the way here, you're gonna push the trade up to Crimea. If you have full control, you're gonna be fine, but still, it's gonna be a long rail till you get here. Perhaps 50 to 60 years though, maybe 70. And taking full control of these regions, they're not gonna give you that much cash. It'll be noted, so they're not that important. Also, for your trade, if you started, just move south into the Genoa trade node, basically, or Venice. I recommend going for the Genoa trade node, and slowly move there. Pretty much nothing more to say on the trade. Just move to end trade node. Pretty standard stuff. Let's talk about missions and decisions. You basically have the reform government and all these standard ideas here, as with someone from Indian Trade Company and some that is for the religion for being Sunni. pretty much standard here. You do have some cores that you can take, as I said before. That should be as well, and gonna get missions for those cores. As well as you're gonna have some flavor events with Ottomans. Basically, that will allow you to become a march of the Ottomans, get boost on relations, anything of that sort. And the Ottomans will get a vassalization CP on you as well. So something along those lines there. And that is all on decisions, missions and decisions. Let's go stability, pretty standard stuff here. Reduce for exhaustion if you feel the need to, boost ability to 1, and have this if you want to go for colonization, though you're really gonna go for colonization at this point in time. By the time you want to go for colonization or you have the available slots, this guys would have controlled them, would have controlled most of the new world basically, so it really does not matter. This brought you for expansion there. For religion, you are Sunni, pretty much nothing more to say. You're gonna swim in lack of piety because you're mostly gonna attack the guys that are your own religion, because you're gonna move into the Sunni here. You'll move a little bit into the Orthodox and the Coptic here, so if you really want to pull it off, just use the lack of piety first. So you use the lack of piety first to attack these guys, then attack the Golden Horde. But it truly does not matter. What matters the most is the lack of piety basically, because you're gonna get the tech cost minus 10%, the manpower, and the tax modifier, which is gonna allow you to keep your armies afloat. Other than this, there's nothing much more to say on religion. Yeah, pretty much everything is dandy. Basically. For military here, as before, you can go full cav, which is recommended. You currently have 8 infantry, 3 cav. As the fighting progresses, just kill your cav, kill your infantry by combining the regiments that get damaged. Then just build more cav in those places. Remember that you are really low on cash, and that might hurt you quite a bit. As for your navy here, I truly don't know what you should do with it, to be honest. Just sell them. Like, you'll have no use for it in the early game. You're mostly gonna use the Ottoman navy, and you might want to build a navy when you want to fight the Ottomans. But currently you don't have that much force limit. If you look at here, let's go here. You have 16 force limit on navies, while the Ottomans have like something like 30. So you'll want to get a decent chunk of lands here as well, and honestly, you're not gonna be able to fight the Ottomans on land, on the sea, simply because you're not gonna have the necessary development for you to build the necessary coastal development, so you can actually have an increase in naval force limit. So that is not recommended. Just sell the ships to the Ottomans, or to, I don't know, Kandar, anything that is part of your own religion, Kamaran, depending on the situation there. Just sell your ships because they're quite useless. With the cash from it, you're gonna be able to build some cavs that are gonna allow you to expand into this area here quite fast. Other than this, remember that you have a force limit of 15. It's gonna be really crap with the decision you get from the estates. You're gonna get 5 more guys here, which is gonna allow you to have more troops. That will allow you to fight the Golden Horde on the same foothold basically. They have 16,000 troops themselves. If you look at here, 16,000 troops. With the help from Nogai, which you're gonna ally with any other Golden Horde rivals. So basically either Kazan or Nogai. Whoever wants to join you. Nogai is gonna join you either way, so you can attack Golden Horde with the help from Nogai or the help from Kazan if you want to. Pretty much standard stuff there. But yeah, other than this, there is nothing much more to say. Crimea is not a mid-level nation, low-level nation basically. I would say that it's quite hard to play as, simply because you lack the oomph at the start, so that you can actually go into that conquest. But as the game progresses and you have rivals, you have vassals, and any other sort of troops, you're gonna be fine. For example, you're gonna raise Astrakhan from here, then use those troops. Mostly you're gonna actually just try to focus on getting lands that are part of your own culture, that integrate them as soon as possible. So like taking this lands here and integrating Astrakhan as soon as possible. We're gonna talk about this in the expansion guide. But yeah, this was the situation and guide of Crimea. If you enjoyed this, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.